Hi guys and welcome to Design Fundamentals Generating Concepts, a Tuts Plus premium course. I'm Ben Gribbin and today we're going to think about how we can generate designs and keep ourselves inspired. So, generating concepts. You might think it seems a little odd to be talking about generating concepts. You just open up Photoshop, Illustrator or your design weapon of choice and get designing, right? Not necessarily. Constantly generating designs can leave you feeling completely devoid of inspiration and motivation, as can working on ordinary run-of-the-mill client projects. In this course, we'll cover ways you can keep your creative side topped up and feeling as though you have several designs in store, tucked away in the corner of your brain. So let's look at the first obstacle you come across when generating concepts, and that's burnout. Now, burnout is something you can suffer with almost anything in life. If you do something too long, too many times, or in very much the same way, it'll leave your mind feeling dull and underused. Knocking out several designs a day might leave you feeling numb from all the kind of power and thought you're putting into it. So, we need to try and avoid this situation. And if you get to this point where you feel totally burnt out, if you can, just try to take a break. 20 minutes just unwinding, perhaps reading a magazine or having a drink of coffee, or even better, a day or two spent doing other things you enjoy, perhaps going for walks or taking photographs. In fact, anything that's different from your daily design job will serve two purposes. Firstly, it'll provide inspiration and ideas. Going for a walk in the fresh air and looking at nature will always give you a feeling of enthusiasm and excitement. It gives you time to really think about problems you might be having with your designs recently and thinking up ways to work through them. Nature and the environment around us have real unique and amazing shapes and geometry. So if you go, for example, into a city at night, the urban environment, the lights, the atmosphere, it's all very highly inspiring. However, the second kind of purpose of taking a break, it just gives your brain a chance to switch off from design. I always really felt it was harder to design when under a constraint of time or pressure or stress. And it's much easier to work on a design when you're just relaxed and you're enthusing about the project and generally just feeling good. In some ways, design is an expression of your inner self, so if you're worn out and your brain isn't working properly, you will lack creativity. Give it a bit of time to catch up and to switch off, and it'll come right back to life. I think burnout often arises from frustration as well. You start design, it feels like it's going wrong, and you just can't go anywhere with it. And taking time off isn't always going to be possible. You might have a strict deadline to meet, but if you do, and you're severely lacking ideas and inspiration, what can you do? Taking time off is not an option. Let's look at 3 ways to try and break it up a little. Sketching. Sketching might seem something like you did at school, but actually, taking a pen and paper and just drawing designs and ideas, layouts, concepts, it can be inspiring. There's something about working with pen and paper that it just makes you less scared of making mistakes. Perhaps it's the fact that generally if you were just to design solely on paper, it's quicker. You also have the element of having to commit to something, because when we work digitally, it makes the option of just edit, undo far too easy. Sketching will make you commit to things, have to push forward with the design, but if a sketch goes horribly wrong, you can just simply throw it away. You somehow feel less connected and more connected to it, all in the right places. So if you find you're getting stuck for generating ideas, get out your pen and pencil and some paper. Go somewhere quiet, somewhere that inspires you, or just somewhere different, and just draw. Spend as long as you can, take time to unwind a little, and perhaps listen to some music you like, and you'll definitely enjoy it. You'll also find after a while you simply can't sketch down ideas quick enough. You make one drawing, then 7 others pop into your head, and you end up working over 7 sheets of paper at once. When you're doing it, include as much or as little detail as you like. Some people can get really hung up on drawing absolutely everything, losing sight of the overall idea they have in their head, so try to find a level that just suits you as a person. Simply blocking out elements on a page might be enough for some to just start visualizing things in their head and then to be able to translate that into designs. Mood boards. Mood boards are often used by fashion designers and interior designers to collect ideas, colours, themes, styles, photos, and fabrics that they like. They include materials, textures, just general inspiration. It doesn't have to be any fixed medium, all on a piece of card, and they use it to refer back to their project. It's a great idea for giving you a sort of visual overview or an idea of what you want the project to be. The best thing about mood boards, though, is they're so versatile. You could stick on a model car, or you could simply attach photographs, whatever works best and sits in line with your project. Keep your mood board handy when you're designing, and it'll be like having some design direction on tap. You can glance over and think, oh yeah, I printed that screenshot off that site because I like this, and let's work over that concept. You're not copying, but rather analysing and improving on others' work. Combine a mood board with sketching and you'll have even more drawings than if you were to just simply sit down and sketch out ideas. Buying a large moleskin notepad or similar is a good idea, as it can serve as a central source of design inspiration for your project. Experimenting on personal projects. It might not be the lack of ideas that is making it hard for you to generate designs. In fact, you might have hundreds, but it could be the lack of projects that you can use them on. Are you working on some sort of, or the same sort of sites all the time? Do you design brochures purely for fashion houses or craft online shops just for the beauty industry? You might feel like you're doing a variation of the same design over and over, but if that's what a client wants, what can you do? One great way of flexing your design muscles is to work on personal projects. Some suggestions could be your own website or portfolio. You could make a company blog or a site for something that just really interests you. These projects give you an absolute creative freedom and give you an experience in every area of design. You get to develop your own brand, you get to design your own logo type, work up all of your own website designs, and just feel as though you're in charge. There's no right or wrong on a project like this because you're the boss. It can be really exciting to get to work like this. It's a great way of keeping your hand in, and when you have a little work on, it's a good way of just passing time or just being able to improve your design in general. It also gives you ideas and techniques that you can bring back to your everyday sort of work and be able to incorporate into those and refine and improve your work. It gives you a chance to experiment with different workflows, different programs, different ideas and new techniques that have come out. If you can't think of any personal project you'd like to work on, you could always do a mock project. It's a similar sort of idea, but you could pretend that National Geographic has asked you to give their design their website a new look, or that the Times want you to redesign their paper. Whatever you decide, this too can give you ideas, just by examining top quality designers and then integrating your own ideas along with theirs. Finally, just one last thing to note. Design doesn't always come when you're ready for it. So when you have an idea in your head, have a notepad to hand to make a record of it, or perhaps a program like Little Snapper where you can just take a picture, a snapshot, or a little clip of a design that you like on the internet, for example, and then build up a library or a catalogue of inspiration. So we've looked at sketching, mood boarding, and how to avoid burnout or how to keep yourself inspired today. And the assignment for next time is to start sketching or mood boarding or just doing something that makes you feel excited about design, whether it be a personal project or similar. Next time on Design Fundamentals, we're going to cover understanding design feedback. Thanks for listening.